here are these work from last weekend. My poor fellow is looking very defoliated and sad here. I think the trunks and the branch came out fine, but you remember that I really hadn't figured out a way to keep all the foliage on while I was doing it, and took much too much off. So this poor fellow will presumably come back, but it's going to probably take a month or two for him to get his foliage back. But what we've learned in the last week is he seems to be healthy anyway. A little skimpy, but healthy. And Sarah, do you want to talk about your plan for this guy today?
My plan really hasn't changed because I didn't do anything additional. Since we got the wire, I'm going to try opening it up using the wire. I used my branch spacers last week and they all held, and the bush didn't die. So we're going for major victory. Although this does look a little pathetic. And I don't know if that's just because I've hurt the roots enough so it needs to be watered more, or if it's in the business of dying. But there it is.
And I guess our other plan is to visit a nursery today and see what other potential bonsai projects that we can find. And we'll keep you posted as the day goes along. We're thinking about taking our video with us to the nursery so we can produce for our family. Well, we also heard that Mac and Sam and Amanda have been watching these videos, and you're our intended audience, so we thought we'd give you a little story of our trip to the nursery as well.
So in other words, don't make any plans, because the highlight of your day, maybe your week, is coming this evening. Good night.
Alright, well, I did this first Rheingold Arborvitae. You remember, this is what it used to look like. This is what its pear looks like. Fairly full. And this is what it looks like after being clipped. The theme for bonsai is to open it up so you can see every branch, see the trunk. You see I've sort of trimmed it through here as well. Did use some wire on some of the branches, get them a little more straightened out, spaced out a little better. So there you have
The shopping day.
it. So here we are at the nursery. We got some
Called Colonial Gardens.
some new Vivitas, but it's a different color. Different nursery, different color, probably different supplier. It's a little more, what would you say, Sarah, oranger?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks, it's got some, the only one of their complete collection that has some decent trunks. There you can see it. But what's interesting about these is, you know, you could look at 10 of these and none of them will have decent trunks, but every once in a while you'll come across one that does. So there's a lot of variety there. This is a poor sad fellow that Sarah came across, and she very much liked the looks of it, and it has this incredible trunk structure, you see, but it's also not very healthy. It turns out that this is a deciduous. It's pyracantha. It's harlequin version, and it loses its leaves during the winter. The reason it's looking so bad here is it's root bound, he says. So our plan was to, just because it had such a cool trunk, we were going to cut all this dead stuff off, stick it in the ground for a year perhaps, or I don't know, we hadn't decided what to do, and then see what happens. But you know, he was anxious to get rid of it for $15. What a great deal, huh? And then these two, these are just had such spectacular roots. These are creeping cotton Easters. But you can see the root system there is extremely cool. And they're slightly different. This one's a little lighter color. I'm not quite sure why. Larger leaves. Maybe it's just a growth color difference. And this one, see how the trunk goes off? It's here, it's all in a line, but here it goes off. So one possibility is to do a, you know, the sort of windswept look. But a lot of possibilities with both of these. I've never seen plants like this before. So this is really sort of fun. Anyway, that's our haul. Take these poor victims.
My lilac is clearly in trouble. I may have already killed it. So then you put more resources into a failed project?
It's not
or
failed.
admit that you've killed the thing already.
No.
And move on to your pyracantha. So that's what I'm deciding to do for today. Either, but I guess I'll pull this out and look at its roots and see if there's any hope.
Why wouldn't there be?
Well, maybe it's dead already. Anyway, or the pyracantha,
Okay.
which is the whiter one over there.
Right, this one here. Right. Okay. Yes. So yes, these are the things we just came back from the nursery with. These 3 plus that one over there, the new Rheingold. I think I'm going to start on the new Rheingold just to see sort of what's in there. You can't really unwrap it. All right, progress report on the new Rheingold Arborvitae. I was basically cutting away to see what was up there. It's okay, not great. It's a little complicated. It's not an obvious way to do this. So I'm gonna sort of leave it where it is for the moment. Think about it some more. Obviously I have a lot more to pull out.
Okay.
You have to come down here, I think, to see it.
Okay, we were cowardly last time and we used mere scissors. Now we have razor sharp teeth and go.
Okay, so this is the training pot, and it needs sand on the bottom. This is a sand and rock mix that we put together on the bottom. And you see these 2 wires coming up. They are, on the bottom there's a stainless steel washer that's holding them. And the plan, see, the plan is to tie this around the roots so there's some stability. If even there's a lot of pressure on the tree won't come out of the pot. It will keep the tree in the pot. And here's what's going to go in there. So you can see you need to cut off quite a bit. This is always sort of a scary time.
Can we see the bottom of that?
Yeah.
Plenty of roots.
Really, plenty of roots, so we're going to cut them all off. So to fit them in here, you know, to cut them off like in half. That's kind of scary. So we'll find out whether this is going to work or not.
Do you see the malice in the expression? Obviously he wants the tree to suffer. How's that tool working?
This tool works good. It's got some real bite to it. It's easier to get a straight line than stabbing it or whatever I did last time.
It's probably easier on the tree.
I'm sure there are some larger roots down there too. So this was a good advice. This is a little scary cutting off this many roots though.
Well, how much percentage of foliage do you think you cut off?
More than half.
Okay.
That'll work that way.
Well,
We can only wish that it would work that way. All right, so I will pot it and then I will get back to you.